one. You need a spatula and a mixer. What do you call it? Thingy. And a teaspoon of salt, a spoon of cinnamon, and a spoon of nutmeg. These are all the ingredients, guys.
Put the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the sugar, the eggs, the vanilla. Get all that in there, mix in, and
make it put together to make it.
And milk.
And pour the 2/3 of milk.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 cups of flour.
That's correct.
2 cups of flour. This is just to make the dough, isn't it?
That's correct.
Okay, this is making the dough.
And probably can't use a whisk anymore. And we don't want it super thick.
Alright, it's all together there. The flour, the nutmeg, the cinnamon, the salt, milk, and now he will put more milk because it'll let it dry. You don't want it soggy, but you don't want it dry either. Is that correct?
Yeah, you want it actually a little runny.
You said you want it actually a little runny. Was that for what purpose?
So that it'll adhere to all the pieces of apple. Oop. I'm a mess. Alright, that's good. So the last ingredient, most important.
You don't have to mix it all the way?
No.
Okay, now after all the other ingredients, the main ingredients is the apple. That's how they call it.
It's supposed to be 4 apples. I have no idea how many are in there, so.
We got plenty of apples on the tree, so we just
usually, if you just do this with 4 and you don't need the fancy apple peeler core machine, you can peel them and
do it traditional way.
Do it by hand. And 4 apples would be perfect for this recipe. I like apples, so I'm putting in more.
He's just making it like he's making a lumpia. Has more meat on it.
I double her meat recipe for lumpia.
So this is how it looks like an apple making a homemade under sunny.
Oh,
homemade
we forgot baking
apple
powder.
Fritter.
I forgot baking powder.
What is the purpose of baking powder?
Because to fulfill all the requirements of the recipe. I don't know what it does.
Alright, it's just like to complete all the recipe that we found out online, but we're making it our own homemade one. Instead of buying it in the store, we make use of our apple and our apple tree
we're done.
this year. Alright, and now we proceed to frying the dough in a frying pan. And it needs to be how hot? It needs to be
350 up to 375 if you like them more crunchy on the outside.
Yeah, don't worry.
350 if otherwise.
Don't worry about the oil. It's clean, but we use it for a couple of apple fritters. We just need more ingredients. So I make more this time. And
I like to use.
You're gonna start.
I have washed my hands again.
All right, you got to use.
So I like to do this.
A spoon.
Oop.
Don't hurt yourself.
Look at me. You put the video on my face. I hurt my eye, but I can't see to pour in the hot grease.
All right.
I'll take off my mask.
That's his excuse. It is really. He's having trouble with his eyesight. See that? That looks so good. I want to help you.
Not yet. They need to just face. You just don't want them to stick together.
Do you also need some social distancing?
Social distancing.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right.
But what I like to use the wok because it doesn't require so much oil on the bottom, and I can get 5 or 6 of these bad boys in here. How many is that? 6.
Is that needs to be flipped now? That way?
No, 4 minutes. But I'm gonna. I don't have a thermometer, and I believe that's a little bit warm. So I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. But you want it 4 minutes on a side.
4 minutes or 8 minutes total cooking the apple fritter?
Yeah.
All right, guys, did you hear that one? 8 minutes total cooking time for each side. And what kind of oil? I'm just asking. Did you
In
can
here
use for it?
is 4 cups of canola oil and 4 cups of peanut oil.
Can you use different oil
Yeah,
if you don't have it available?
you can use any oil you want.
All right.
That hasn't been 4 minutes, but my oil is a little hot, so
Yeah,
I'm going to
it's
turn them early.
That looks much better. That looks so good. Look at that. Look at that. Don't you like to eat this? Ooh. Mukbang, mukbang. That is Anderson apple fritter, guys. Will be cooked
And
soon.
it's going to be done real soon. We're going to need a wire rack or a cookie sheet. Wire rack would be nice, but I don't know that we have that.
Alright, we need this thing, but we don't have to. Just to strain the oil into strainer. Put that here. After it's cooked, it will go in this one here. Or you can just do plate and put paper towel on top of it. Whatever available. Just to not have all the oil in it. Then after this one, do you need to put something in it? After cooking?
Yeah, either powdered sugar or, sugar dusting with cinnamon and sugar dusted on them. Or what we're going to do is actually make some icing on this batch.
Icing?
Icing.
Icing? What kind of sugar?
Powdered sugar.
Okay. Another ingredients that you have to make sure you have either regular sugar, but we like to try powdered sugar this time. Powdered sugar. While Hubby's cooking the apple fritter.
She's talking about the icing or the covering after it's cooled for 1 or 2 minutes. You can use powdered sugar or regular sugar with cinnamon mixture and just sprinkle it on. Or you can actually make an icing, which we're going to do.
It's not done yet. I want to eat. It smells and looks so good. Look at that. It's not chicken. It's not pork. But it's apple fritter. And for the icing for it, you have to have powdered sugar. Or with just regular sugar. Some people do the, what do you call it? Caramelized sugar.
That's
Something like look like cinnamon, but we just make it simple. Look at that. So what are you gonna do here after?
I need to start making the icing, but do you want to keep the oil's ready if you want to keep frying here? Well, why don't you just pause it and we'll cut it in later.
All right, guys. This is how you make the icing. It needs to have 2 cups of powdered sugar.
Some people call it confectioner's sugar.
Confectionate sugar, some of them, and 2 tablespoons of milk. And pour them together as they will be happy together, stay together.
And cinnamon.
We also need some cinnamon. How much cinnamon do you need?
I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon of cinnamon. This is for the icing. Is there anything else you need to add?
This
And another vanilla.
this one you won't see anywhere else, but I like a little vanilla flavoring on my icing.
Oh, it's just an additional one, or you just make it up?
I'm making it up.
All right. He always extend the rules, as I say. Vanilla extract, guys. That's his secret recipe. And not secret anymore.
It is too. Everybody that's watching may use it, but you cannot print or duplicate, and don't sell it to someone. If you do, I want 10%.
All right. Now it's about time for him to mix and mix and mix. Did you like this? This is his cookies. Don't you need a whisk to do it, or you just need the spatula
A
to
whisk
mix it together?
might work better. I'm having a hard time.
There, guys, this is how it looks like after you put some icing on it. It gives you some glaze. See, it's glaze and it looks yummer. Yummy, yummy to my tummy, tummy. Apple fritter under Sony apple fritter. This is fresh apple from our apple tree here in the backyard. And the soothing, see that? That is apple fritter. More. You just have to dunk it in there with the icing mixture made out of cinnamon, milk, and powdered sugar.
Lumit kayo sa tido.
How was it?
Hoy!
Is it good?
Lumit kayo sa tido.
Really, really good.
Lumit ang siya.
Mm.